What is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, with what's going on in this week's episode, it's not surprising that as soon as this new kid is reincarnated, every single thing just pops off, and we're showcased not only that this person who was reincarnated is ridiculously broken, but the simple fact of the matter that he is in a position where he can actually live a life where he's not getting overworked and forced to do anything. The only thing that is going to be forced upon him is when he starts doing things that he wants to do for himself, which I think is a pretty interesting concept of what another, excuse me, another way of doing when you're reincarnated in another world. Usually the world's like broken and they need some kind of help and stuff like that. This is just like, hey, go out there, do what you want to do, and if it isn't something you enjoy, do something else. So I did like to hear that that is, how things are seemingly set up for him. But on the flip side of it, like I said, your mess is what you make it. So by already kind of becoming friends with, or not friends, but being noticed by someone as high up as a duke isn't the best of looks in the long term. If you want to be, in the background, not really known. Now all of a sudden the person that you probably don't want to know, if you want to stay, hidden. That is, I'm just saying. You don't want this person to know, right? Like a noble at that. And that's what kind of seems like it was his plan, was to kind of just stay away from the village. He had been told to go and talk to people, but he chose not to do that for whatever reason. Um, and I think it just comes down to he's enjoying himself even more than he thought he would, just being to himself, having these slimes and learning what to put with them and stuff like that. So I thought that was a really interesting change of pace, I guess you can say, and I'm definitely looking forward to what they're gonna do with this character overall. Like, what is he gonna put himself into? Who is he going to indent himself in with? You can already kind of see that with the girl that he's about to meet, and that's why his world's going to become so much bigger, is because he's going to put himself in dangers nonetheless, just to pretty much be with this person who he hasn't even truly got to meet yet. But since she is his age, I guess it is fair, but we do see a little bit of his stats because of every single reincarnation anime I've ever seen. You have a way to tell, like, what potential skills and what's your infinity, like what magic are you better with, my fire, water, ice, lightning, whatever the case is. We're gonna find out. Like, I don't know why that's a staple in these shows, but it's hilarious to me, and nonetheless it feels like they really are trying to give a little bit of all the experiences that you get in these shows, typically. And I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but I did enjoy their reactions nonetheless. Like, he's gone, his mental resistance is like maxed out, or like pretty close to max out, because of all the pain and suffering he gets put through during work and stuff like that. So it kind of just showcases how much in his past life is going to affect his life now, in the grand scheme of what he should be able to withstand, and what's not going to affect him nearly as much, because clearly he has patience if he's over here testing every single thing. um, he's testing every single thing that he can on different slimes to make them different ways to feeding them different stuff to all the way to you know, knowing that some of them like just fertilizer and don't like to eat anything that is pretty much not garbage or what is that? I'm losing the word, fertile, something that you put out on the yard. But regardless, I like it. I like this show a lot so far. It's relaxing. I almost feel like he's gonna be too broken and too nonchalant to really get caught up with anything. Really, you know, he's just gonna be like, oh, what's going on? Okay, yeah, I'll take care of it without even thinking about it, you know? I think he's gonna do things that are just gonna continue to blow people's mind, like he can already make potions and he's a magic user, but just from the reaction, you would think that all that stuff is by far the rarest thing ever, so it is interesting to see why or how people are going to react to his natural skills that he already just possesses before even, you know, getting trained by people that might be in this area that are willing to make him even stronger. So we'll see how this turns out. Let me know if you are enjoying this anime by the grace of God, and if you are, let me know if you are going to keep watching it, because at this point I definitely did enjoy it, but at the same time there's some shows that uh, do really good, and there's some shows that don't, you know, always live up to that reputation afterwards. So I would be interested to see what happens after a couple more episodes through. So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. Another anime to add to the collection. I'm definitely going to cut back on some of them. I burned out pretty hard because of work and whatnot. So I'll start picking and choosing some animes that we can keep around, but regardless, I'll talk to you in the next one. So with that being said, take care and peace.